Hi, David Council here from Inferno Marketing and Design, just touching base with you for this week. There's lots happening. Now, if you're in Tasmania, it's almost Agfest time, so you need to be considering, if you're going to Agfest, what are you going to do to attract the attention of the tens of thousands of people that will flood through the Agfest gates? Do you have handouts for them? I'm sure you've got your product under control, but what are you going to put into the hands of those people? So either you can start to develop a database of them, or what are you going to do to attract them so that you can make sales to them? After all, Agfest is an enormous site and it's very easy for people to not find you while you're there. One of the things that we've found very successful over the years is running a little bit of radio that is timed to play only while people are in their cars on their way to the Agfest site. When you do that, we usually put a message in that says, if you're sitting in the queue waiting to get into Agfest, make sure you do this today. After all, people sit in those Agfest queues to get into the car park for a very long time. Now, if you're not going to Agfest, equally, it's the same question. What are you going to do to attract your customers during that time? After all, a lot of people will go to Agfest and potentially a lot of sales could be lost to those Agfest attendees. So what is it that you're thinking about doing to attract people into your business, either before they go to Agfest or after they've been to Agfest, so that you make sure that you maintain those sales and, most importantly, maintain the relationship with those clients so that you continue to service their needs and solve their problems? What about your website? Have you actually updated your website in the last 5 years? Now, I ask about the last 5 years because it's really crucially important. You see, 5 years ago, these things were invented. Yep, the plain old iPhone. It was a world changer. Now, I realise that you understand how much changed when the iPhone came on board, but do you realise that if you have Flash built into your website, which was very popular before the iPhone was invented, that your website won't work properly on an iPhone or an iPad. You see, iPhones and iPads don't support Flash technology at all. It's also very important that you use your iPhone and your iPad connectivity. You see, if people are sitting watching the television, more than 80% of them will have a second screen, which means that they have an iPhone or an iPad that's nearby, and they'll be looking into that iPhone and iPad to look up information while they're watching those programs. And if your website hasn't been updated in the last 5 years, chances are it's going to be really difficult to browse. It's just not set up for mobile browsing at all. So very important that you consider this. If you'd like to talk to us some more about that, just give us a call. We'd love to give you some suggestions on things that can be done quite inexpensively to get your website mobile active. And just finally, before we go, refer a friend. Could you help me find new customers? We're in the middle of looking for new customers all over the country. That's right, we're taking our services outside of the state that we live in. We know that here in Tasmania we're able to do things very cost effectively and to a high quality level as well. So if you know someone else that's in business, be them inside Tasmania or outside of Tasmania, we would love to talk to them. So if you could refer us to them, we're happy to call them, or I suppose you could also pass on our name and details so that they contact us. After all, we don't want to be hassling people, but we would like to be able to help more and more people around the country. And if you are able to help us, I'd like to say thank you to you with a very nice tax-free bottle of something very nice to drink. So that's it for today. Thanks very much if you are able to help us with Refer a Friend, or if there's anything that you'd like to talk about, make sure that you give us a call here at Inferno Marketing and Design.